So you are certainly aware, I'm sure, that today is a very short day on the market, only a half a day of trading. And most of the US is probably still under the influence of what they overindulged in yesterday, whatever that might have been. There's precious little news of any kind because, of course, the reporters were all, holidaying also and probably still hungover. So anyway, it's the kind of day that whatever happens in the market, probably need to discount it a little bit. For instance, in the early going, bonds are being crushed with the 10 years up 5 basis points. Now, where does that come from? I can't find any possible reason to explain that, but we will take a look at the news. I waited a little longer this morning than usual, if you're wondering why this report came out just a tad later, because I wanted to pick up the S&P Flash PMI indications or indicators. So I'll report on those later here. This is Randy Kirk. Please hit like, please hit subscribe, please hit notify. And of course, I just can't begin to thank you enough. Dropping the price on these from $25 to $20 has created a massive number of orders. So if you haven't bought yours yet, remember this special only continues until Monday night. And on Tuesday, it will be back to $25 for one. So right now, $20. It doesn't matter how many you buy. Hit like, did I say that? And subscribe, notify. Later today, I'll have a regular report sometime around 11 o'clock. Don't have a clue what that's going to be on because, I was overindulging in lots of turkey and mashed potatoes and gravy yesterday. I'll figure out something though. And then tonight, Larry Goldberg will be joining me, and then the regular schedule over the weekend. All right, let's see here. Join Patreon. Thank you so much for the several members who were added to the list over the last couple of days. Tesla is looking rather lonely in the green this morning. It's like it's a sea of red, and here's Tesla up. Well, that's probably because it's rebounding, even if everything else is going down this morning, it's rebounding from the ridiculous drop that took place on Wednesday, rather. So the rest of the Mag 7 is down, the NASDAQ is down, the S&P is down. Actually, the Dow was up just a bit last time I checked. We'll look at that later and see where we actually are in a few minutes. Let's see. Again, take all of today's action with a grain of salt anyway. All right, you might be tired of lists of things to be grateful for, but I was thinking about Elon this morning. And, most of us might be thankful with regard to Elon for all the money we've made on Tesla stock. Maybe we're thankful for the products that we've purchased. We have a Model Y. I have a solar roof on one of my homes, and it wasn't actually one of Elon's roofs, but I was partially inspired to buy it because of Elon Musk. We've got PayPal, we've got maps that get us all around town. He was the first one to do that. So, these are, things that we can be thankful for. But I thought I would add to in my own life, I could add that, the books, the income that I've gotten from the books that I've written, the joy I've gotten in writing the books, the joy I get in producing this channel, and the financial remuneration that I get from doing this channel. If it wasn't for Elon, there wouldn't be this. I mean, come on. Anyway, but then I thought, okay, what is it really? What really am I really the most thankful for in the world of Elon? And that would be the excitement he is creating. Think about the hundreds of thousands of people that have worked for him or that are working for him now that have been stimulated about the future, the millions of people that are following him on X or following this channel. There's millions of people following this channel. Anyway, and the fun that surrounds everything he does. I was reminded over the weekend of how I was showing my grandkids one day. I was just about ready to show them about the horn, honk the horn and make it fart. And there was these two middle-aged ladies walking towards the car. And, my daughter said, well, maybe you should wait till they pass. And I said, why? She says, well, they're kind of crotchety. We haven't met them yet, but they just always have a scowl on their face. I went ahead. I couldn't stand it. So I hit the horn. They couldn't have laughed harder. They were almost down on their knees laughing so hard, tears coming out of their eyes. And all of a sudden they became friends with my family, and now they talk to them all the time. So, I mean, how much more fun can Tesla be? 680 or something people all got together and flashed their lights, their Tesla lights last week, and set the record for the most people doing an in-sync Tesla light deal. I mean, how much fun is it? Anyway, so the entertainment value just of being in the front row seats of all of this, and thinking about the progress that's being made, what might happen today, the wonder of the very next chapter that is yet to come. Yep, tons of fun, many reasons to be grateful. Well, anyway, Elon Musk, to keep us entertained, will be traveling to Israel next week. He wants to see the war field. He's going to meet with Netanyahu. He's going to visit some kibbutzes in the surrounding area. He's going to also meet with President Herzog. The feeling is that these will serve dual purposes. It will be seen as a sign of solidarity with Israel, but also may stave off some of the domestic and international critics who are claiming that he's, anti-Semitic and all this kind of stuff. So who knows what all of his motives are for going, but he will be. I mean, this is the second time he's met with Netanyahu. He met with him just back on September 19th, and Netanyahu pretty much gave him a clean bill of health in terms of being anti-Semitic, as I have, as Larry Goldberg has, as I can go down a list of people, national leaders who are Jewish, who have said, "Are you kidding? This guy's not anti-Semitic." Anyway, I know you already know that, but anyway, he's going to Israel. That's what I'm talking about. Always creating some excitement, the next chapter. Well, okay, so the Cybertruck guy, this first time I've quoted him online, he is from X. He says Tesla was awarded a spicy patent recently for the driver facial recognition. So, okay, we've got the facial recognition camera in the car up, at where the rearview mirror is, and that thing is part of what is going to keep you awake. If you're not doing what you're supposed to do, it will tell you, and it'll maybe cut you off from full self-driving. Well, it says pretty soon the face recognition will also select a driver profile. Okay, so you want it to change back and forth. I was doing that all day yesterday because it's my wife's car, and every time I drove it, I had to change it back to Randy Kirk. Next, it will call 911 if you're unresponsive. So it'll not only turn off your full self-driving. If you're very unresponsive, it'll call 911 for you. It'll drive autonomously to the nearest hospital if you're unresponsive and the vehicle is drivable. Now, that's a pretty cool thing. It'll automatically adjust the HVAC blowers. It'll greet you by name when you enter the vehicle. It'll automatically adjust seat positioning. Well, I think I said that before. Isn't it the same thing? Anyway, it'll change audio focus based on positioning and the size of the other occupants. And it will determine the health and safety of you, the driver. Anyway, there you go. More cool stuff coming. Next chapters, right? Fortune is reporting this morning. I'm not 100% sure all these numbers are right or even valuable, but it's Fortune, and they're no fans of electrification or of EVs or even of Elon Musk. Electric vehicle sales are expected to hit a record 9% of all passenger vehicles in the U.S. this year, according to Atlas Public Policy. They will be up from 7.3% of new car sales in 2022. I think it's going to be more than that. I think we might pass the 10% number this year. And that'll be pure BEVs. And I think this is probably including hybrids in their numbers. It'll be the first time that 1 million EVs are sold in the U.S. in one calendar year, probably reaching between 1.3 and 1.4 million cars, of which about 600 and something thousand of those will be Teslas. It doesn't say that in the article, of course. Although the numbers show significant progress for electrification, the nation is lagging behind countries like China, Germany, and Norway. EVs reached 33% of sales in China, 35% in Germany, and 90% in Norway for the first 6 months of 2023, according to Bloomberg, published in June. These figures, though, include both battery electric and plug-in hybrids. Anyway, good to see that coming out of Fortune. All right. Like I said, I might have been just a little late with this show this morning because I did wait for the flash PMI output indexes. We've got the PMI composite index at 50.7, unchanged from October. We have the services business activity index at 50.8 compared to October 50.6, so up a little more activity. The purchasing managers are seeing more activity. The manufacturing output index at 50.4, which is actually down from 51.2. So 50.4 would be a 3-month low. And then the US that was the output index. And then the PMI, which would be kind of more predictive, that was also down to 49.4 compared to 50.0, which is a 3-month low. All right, so there you go. I waited for those. There's a lot more stuff in these PMI index reports. I will dig into that and either report it later today or this afternoon when I'm talking to Larry on Good News Friday. Remember, Larry Goldberg will be joining me as always on Good News Friday. All right, here we go. So things are looking a little brighter, a little greener than they were a minute ago, but the NASDAQ is still down. The Dow is up 101 points. NASDAQ is down 14, and the S&P is up 2 now. It was down. Tesla is going up higher and higher. It's up $2.20. Maybe it'll erase all those losses from Wednesday. That would be nice. If all of the all the Magnificent Seven, the other Magnificent are all down this morning. Let's look at them in percentages because some of you like that. The Dow is up 0.28%. The NASDAQ is down 0.11%, and the S&P is up 0.06%, with Tesla up almost a full percent as of this moment. The Cathie Woods are mostly up, actually. See, once again, this makes no sense. So this is, half day. He's probably going to be very light trading. And when the bonds go up, when the bond yields go up like they did, we'll see in a minute if they're still up. Usually the Cathie Woods and Tesla would be down. So, it's going to be a weird day. I'm sorry. You can't count on much of what's going to happen today. So let's go ahead and take a look at those other numbers. And what we've got in the early going is we have got the Bitcoin up 546 at 37, almost at 38. We have got the dollar easing a little bit. We have gold back up over 2,000 again. That's a pretty good move over the last 2 or 3 days. So back over 2,000 again. We have got oil down this morning $0.50 at $76.69, waiting for that OPEC decision, which should come over the weekend. Nat gas is down. Copper is, call it break even. It's not really changed at all. And then bonds, here we go. Up almost 6 basis points on the 10-year, making absolutely no sense. There's just like no, the 2-month is up barely. It's like break even. And the 2-year is up 3 basis points. So the inversion shrinking a little bit there, but it was up so much on one. Anyway, yeah, like I said, how can you can't, none of this, I think, will be important when we get to Monday. And then let me just go back again on Tesla. Oops, down here. Okay. So Tesla is now up about $2. So let me just go into a little more detail here as I get my prop. For those of you who are new to the channel, this is the coolest thing you could possibly buy for yourself, for your friends, for your coworkers, for your buyers. You need several of these just for yourself because you need one for your refrigerator, you need one for your cooler, you need one for your airplane. I mean, I know for those of you who listen all the time, that is now getting stale to say for your airplane, but you might want one for any kind of recreational vehicle that you have. And if you have a cabin, yeah, you're going to want one for your cabin. So there's all these uses. And then it's the best Christmas present ever. And right now at only $20, it's almost certainly under the requirements on your, buyers that you call on might have a limit. You can only spend $25 or $20 on them. So this will fit into that. If you're a member of a group where you do a white elephant exchange, that would be another one that's usually under $25 is all you can spend. And, maybe if it's $10 is the maximum, you could go ahead and cheat a little bit. They'll never know how much you paid. Anyway, right now, it's $20. You buy 100, it's $20. you can buy 100. You buy 20, it's $20. You buy one, it's $20. That is the Good Friday or Black Friday special. It goes until after Cyber Monday. It goes all the way through Small Business Saturday. It's $20. You send the money. By the way, if you're out of the country, add an extra $20 for the freight. And if you are, please let me know whether you want the camo version. I don't have the camo on display because I ran out and actually had to sell my sample. But if you want the camo version, please let me know you want the camo, or if you want the stainless. Either way, let me know which one you want. And then you send it to paypal.me/Randy Kirk, all in lowercase letters. Lots and lots and lots and lots of orders over the weekend. Over the Thanksgiving holiday. And then what was the other thing I wanted to tell you? Oh, yes. And all that information is down below. So you can find it. And in case you didn't get a chance to write it down in the description. If you join Patreon, tell me what happens if you join Patreon at the $10 level. Yeah, that's right. You get one for free. Okay. And if you join at the $5 level, you can get one of my books for free on audio. So it's like an $18, $20 value. I'm not sure exactly where the books are right now on audio because I don't know if you know, Amazon sets the audio price. I get to set the price on the hardback, on the paperback, on the Kindle version within reason. I guess the lowest I can set Kindle is 50 cents. I think right now it's $2.99. I mean, what a deal. And 80% of everything in the Elon Musk mission is still true, and everything in the Elon Musk method is still true. So, I mean, these are books. These are serious books. They're not, some of these 80-page guys. I mean, these are. Take a look here. This is a serious book. Okay, this is it's a real book. 3 co-authors, very well received, over 4 stars on Amazon. If you haven't bought it yet, you should really consider buying the book. All right. Last chance. I think I just reminded you. Did you hit like? Okay. Last chance on Tesla. One more time. We'll take a look. Now it's 151. So it's coming. It's topping off, and around 151, the NASDAQ is trying, but the rest of the Mag 7, well, they're kind of bottoming off. All right. It's been great fun. I'll talk to you later.